Ooh, yeah, snap into a Slim Jim. So, we got this upper body warm-up. I like it a lot. The main difference I did from last week is I focus on when I slam the ball, I'm focused on really crunching, not just throwing it down, because gravity is going to allow the ball to fall down. So I explode and fully extend up, and then I flex my ab, fully flex on the way down. So it's like extension and then flexion. I did about 30 total reps as my warm-up while I did like extensions, face pulls, some light pressing just to warm myself up, and then I jump back and forth between that. It takes about 10 minutes or so, but it's well worth the time investment in the long run. Then, as what you saw with my squat and deadlift workout, I did the same thing but with pull-ups and bench, but I set a 25-minute timer, not for each exercise, for both. And I bounced back and forth, and sorry I could not get more footage, but this 25 minutes wasn't hell, but it was very hectic, and I didn't want to have to keep setting up the camera. I only wanted to get 2 clips of each and then moved on from there. So I did anywhere from 2 to 5 reps each set. A lot of them were doubles and triples. I don't even know why I said 5 reps, but because I was of the low rest and jumping back and forth between the exercise, that's going to happen. The main thing you just need is to keep pushing through, and don't worry about how many reps you're getting per set. Even if you start getting ones, that's fine, as long as you are approaching the bar, or yeah, I guess the bar, that's a chin-up bar, that's still a bar, and still going through. The whole thing is rep quality. You don't want to be grinding through most of your reps, although that is a strategy. Once again, this is in my GPP/conditioning ebook. Get it at my stand store. It's in my YouTube bio, it's in my Instagram bio, and you'll see sometimes I'll do 2 sets in a row. That's how long my rest was, because setting up is technically still part of rest, except when the weight is maximal. You don't want to rush your rest periods when the weight is maximal. Here's my very last set, if I remember correctly, and I was kind of pooped right there. I was like, oh, fuck me. That's what happened there. So I believe I did 32 reps, as it just said, and then 30 reps of pull-ups, somewhere around there. And next week, I'm just going to try and beat it, as simple as that. This exercise is really good for core stability. It's a seated Z press with a kettlebell, one arm, and I'm doing a very good job here, actually, is to completely lock my quads. The most uncomfortable part of this exercise has nothing to do with the shoulders. It's the quad cramp that I'm getting. So this builds kind of like flexibility and strength in the hip flexors, and obviously core and shoulders and a little bit of upper back. But this is a good exercise. I like to call this building, like, let's say, true upper body strength. Not to sound like a zealot or something like that, like a purist, but the reason I say true is there's next to no cheating in this exercise. And if you try and lean back to get more leverage, or unhook your legs, or just do anything to get a mechanical advantage, you will tip over in some way, shape, or form. So that's why I like this exercise. It is very, very strict. That's a 63-pound kettlebell, by the way. Then I jumped into just my little minor assistance exercises. I'm liking pullovers. If you can't see this, but I have 2 100-pound dumbbells holding the bench. I've seen too many people try and go heavy and completely flip over, and that sure as hell is not fucking happening to me. I'll tell you that right now. And if it does, I'll try and get it on camera. But I want to prevent that from happening to me. This is about 105 pounds, and I did it pretty comfortably for 3 sets of 12. Then, I always say this, if regular extensions hurt, try this variation out. You get tiny bit of shoulder mobility by rocking backwards. You still get a good pump in your triceps. It's almost like a hybrid between a press and an extension. This is 60-pound dumbbells, which is a decent weight for them. It's not world class, but it's definitely not weak by any measure. I did 2 sets of 15, and then the next exercise I did 3 sets of 12 an arm. I think this is walking curls, and that's just a blurb for all the people that complained on my last video that have no clue what they're talking about when it comes to this exercise. Now you're going to see me do something unique here just because the camera was right in front. I start doing them backwards as well. And I will tell you, doing them backwards, infinitely harder than doing them forward. You have to get way more hip into them when you do them backwards, in my honest opinion. This has been the only bicep exercise that I've done in the last little while, and I just measured them at 17.5 inches, obviously flexed.